Hey friends, happy Monday. I thought to start your week out, it would be kind of fun to show you my ideal morning routine. I'm saying ideal morning routine and not my everyday morning routine because sometimes this doesn't happen every day, which is okay. This is ideally what I would like my morning routines to look like most of the time. But yeah, this morning routine really sets my day up for success, so I want to share it with you guys because it's been making me feel good, especially now that the days are getting shorter. We have a little bit less sunlight. The seasonal sadness sets in. I always start every single day by making my bed. That's the first thing I do. And then I have the 5-minute journal, which I have gone through probably 5 or 6 of these journals. I use it every day. And I like the idea that you start your day off with a little bit of gratitude, and that's the first thought you kind of have in the morning instead of going on your phone and scrolling through social media. If you've never heard of the 5-minute journal or seen it, it looks like this. This is my section for today. It has 3 sections for the daytime. It has I am grateful for, then you write 3 things. What would make today great? You write 3 things that are in your control, and then a daily affirmation. And then at nighttime, it has 3 highlights of the day and what you learned that day, because you learn something in every single day. Then I grab my meditation cushion, which definitely not a necessary part of the morning routine at all. But when I was in a dance program, we all had little meditation cushions, and it just helps with your posture when you're sitting up to meditate. So I still use it to this day. I also use the app Headspace and do a little 5-minute morning meditation. Honestly, it just puts me in a good mindset, and I'm a pretty anxious person. It calms me down to start the day. So taking literally 5 minutes out of my day to just breathe and be there with myself puts me in a good position to start the rest of my day. Then it's on to my skincare. I obviously put on my snail headband and I put up my hair, and then this is the skincare lineup. So I start off with a CeraVe cleanser and I rub my hands together to emulsify it. Here's me showing all the bubbles. And then I basically massage the cleanser into my face for about a minute, then wash off with warm water. I use a vitamin C serum from First Aid Beauty. I just use 1 pump of that. Vitamin C is pretty important. From my understanding, it gets more benefits out of your sunscreen and your sun protection. Even though it is basically winter where I live, it's very important to keep using vitamin C and sunscreen. So with the vitamin C serum, I take that down and I do a little bit of lymph node draining, which, if you don't know what that is, you have a lymph node system throughout your body. And when you wake up, sometimes when your face is really puffy, it just means that your lymph nodes are holding a lot of fluid. Massaging and kind of pushing the fluid down and out of your lymph nodes and manually draining your lymph nodes can really help puffiness and also just help you feel like a little bit better. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my fist and I'm massaging right here to get my lymph nodes stimulated. And then I also take 2 fingers and I go right on my collarbone and I press down 5 times, very lightly, but press down 5 times here. And then I take my 2 fingers and I start pulling back, massaging my face, because you've been stagnant while sleeping. A lot of your fluid is going to sit and build up right in your jawline and just in your face. So I take 2 fingers and I start massaging my face. And then the important part is to drain it down your neck, because this is where it's gonna drain down. You know it's working if you're swallowing a lot, if you feel like the need to swallow almost. Just make sure you're not doing it on a dry face. You wanna have some kind of either moisturizer or serum so that you're not kind of damaging your skin and pulling really hard on your skin. You want it to just glide really smoothly. You don't really have to put a lot of pressure on it either. You're not massaging your muscles, you're just draining some fluid in your face. And you can also do it with gua sha. I used to do it with gua sha, but I honestly just find it easier with my fingers. Then we have some water in a can. Not a necessary step. You can just dampen your face a little bit. I spray it on my face And then I use some hyaluronic acid, which basically just locks the moisture in your face. That's why it's so important that you dampen your face before, because all the hyaluronic acid is going to do is lock in the moisture you already have in your face. So if you're putting hyaluronic acid on a dry face, it's not going to really do anything. And then with that serum, I finish draining my face. So I take my two fingers like this and I kind of go along my cheekbones to drain out the puffiness out of the center of my face, drag it up to my ears, and then I pull it back down. I use an electric toothbrush and Colgate toothpaste, and I've been doing this thing recently that while I'm brushing my teeth, I am habit stacking. If you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, you know what habit stacking is. Basically, I'm habit stacking, brushing my teeth, with also doing some calf raises and balancing on each leg. Since I've had a bunch of injuries and I'm trying to get really serious about dance again, I have noticed an imbalance in my stability in my ankles. So while I brush my teeth every morning, I also test out my balance on releve, which is basically just like going up on your toes and going on one foot and then switching to the other foot and just trying to balance on my toes while I'm brushing my teeth. Then I use a tongue scraper, and when I was in the States, I tried out TheraBreath for the first time. I don't think we sell it in Canada, but we got some off Amazon and I love it. I think it is so worth the buy. Also, while I'm swishing my mouth with TheraBreath, I do a little bit more calf raises and balancing exercises. I wet my face again, and then I use a CeraVe moisturizer. From First Aid Beauty, I use a mineral sunscreen. I also use Laneige lip mask. I love that lip mask so much. It makes me feel so hydrated. I love it. Then I do a quick little brush through of my hair, and I go to the kitchen and start taking my supplements and vitamins. So I keep everything in a little container, because if I had to open every pill bottle that I take in the morning, I just would not take my vitamins. So it's way easier for me to separate it all at the beginning of the week and then just have to open one container and take all the supplements all at once. The thing about habits that I've learned is you need to make it easier for yourself so that you actually follow through with the habits that you want to incorporate in your life. And then I pop on my swimsuit and it is time for some cold exposure. So right now in Canada, it is minus 10 degrees Celsius, which is 14 degrees Fahrenheit. I just want to talk a little bit about why I personally do cold plunges. I've done a whole other video on it if you want to check that out. I started it last year when I started really listening to Andrew Huberman. There's a lot of studies around the benefits of cold plunges. There's countless benefits. The water is minus 1 degrees. The main benefit that I see out of cold plunges and cold exposure is the mental toughness that it builds. I can do hard things. 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 Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Because putting yourself through something really hard and uncomfortable right early in the morning, like pretty much the first thing that you do in the day, is basically setting the tone for the rest of the day, proving to yourself that you can do hard things and you can get through it. I did it. I can do hard things. Awesome. I'd say try it. Start with cold showers. You don't have to do a cold plunge. Cold plunges are pretty intense. Start with a cold shower. Just try it. Try it for a week. My hands are literally burning. That was so cold. Then I move on to my breakfast. Right now, as soon as the temperature gets a little bit chilly, I eat protein oats for all of winter. Like every single day, every single breakfast, I'm eating protein oats. You can count on it. So my recipe is pretty much half a cup of oats, 1 scoop of protein powder, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, a little bit of water, and then I just cook it on the stovetop. I add some frozen blueberries because we don't have any fresh produce in the house right now, and frozen blueberries are just a really easy thing to constantly have in the house. Literally one of my favorite snacks ever is frozen blueberries. Fun fact about me. Then I add a little bit of granola with some pumpkin seeds in it. And while I eat my breakfast, I try to read about 10 pages of nonfiction reading, which is a habit that I have continued from when I did 75 Hard last year. Right now, currently, I'm reading The 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty. Really love the book. I love Jay Shetty. I listen to his podcast all the time. And then I started on my makeup. I didn't film much of it. I just filmed me doing my eyebrows and my eyelashes for some reason. And then I went to work. Now I'm going to work. It'll be a quick shift. Also, don't know if you guys noticed, I cut my hair. How do I feel about it? I go through an identity crisis every time I have a haircut. I really hate my hair short, and although this isn't like really that short, it feels very short to me. Like when my ponytail is like not all the way down my back, I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? But it's healthy at least. I can like run my fingers through it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you that comes back every Monday to watch me, or if you're new, I appreciate you for tuning in on this Monday or whatever day you're watching this on. Really wish you the best week. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me. Bye guys.